Hey everybody, Marty Fogarty here with the Heartland Law Firm. Welcome to the Business Wellbeing Clarity Series. Today we're going to talk about the Paycheck Protection Program. This is part of the C.A.R.E.S Act. C.A.R.E.S stands for Coronavirus Aid, Relief, and Economic Security, just passed into law here at the end of March 2020. And the C.A.R.E.S Act itself is that $2.2 trillion package that was passed. This is about a $350 billion subset of that program. That's what we're going to talk about today. It's called the Paycheck Protection Program. Basically, it is a program designed to keep people at work. Even though the pandemic has hit, business has slowed, cash flow is dried up, rather than having millions of people go to the unemployment department, this program is designed to give the employers money, enough float to keep people engaged and somewhat paid for up to 10 weeks roughly. Okay, so this is an SBA loan program that helps the business keep your workforce employed during this crisis. Okay, so on the left, the C.A.R.E.S Act, that's the $2.2 trillion act, right? A subset of that is this, the Paycheck Protection Program. It's $350 billion. It is where small businesses would go to get funds. They're called loans, but they're essentially grants. And the idea is that it's going to help you keep workers employed, right? So these 100% forgivable, federally backed loans for small business. This is a great deal, and you should definitely get on this if you qualify. The idea is if you get the loan, they'll loan you up to about 10 weeks worth of payroll costs. Then you maintain that, and you show that in the 8 weeks following you getting the loan, that you've spent down this money on appropriate expenses, then the loan is going to be forgiven. So let's walk through. Number one, am I eligible? How much can I get? And how do I make sure I forgive this thing? If you are a company, whether a corporation of any type, an LLC, nonprofit or profit, if you've got less than 500 employees, or if you're a sole proprietor, independent contractor, or self-employed, you're going to qualify for this. There are exceptions if you've got over 500 employees, but my presentation is not focused on that group. All right, there's two conditions we've got to meet. One, was I in business before the pandemic hit? And they've chosen February 15th as the date. Two, have I had employees that I've been paying salaries, payroll taxes? Do I have independent contractors that I'm paying on a regular basis? As long as I've got those sorts of expenses, this is the act that's for me. Now, part of the question here is, what do I have to be on the hook for? You know, what do I have to either qualify for? What do they need to see? Some good news on this front. Your credit score is not relevant. We don't care that your bank last month didn't give you a loan and that kind of thing. It's just not relevant to this. Personal guarantee, not required at all, is another really good point. And there's no collateral required. You know, again, this is the federal government saw that they'd be overwhelmed in the unemployment office if they would have not done something to minimize the flow of people going to unemployment. So that's what this program is about. It's a pretty good program to at least delay people's running to the unemployment office if you don't recover from COVID in fast enough time. All right, what do I have to promise in order to get this money? One, I've got to assert these current economic conditions make the loan necessary for me to carry on normal operations. That's a pretty easy assertion, pretty easy thing to say. And then I've just got to promise I'm going to use the loan for certain things, to retain my workers, to maintain my payroll, pay the mortgage, pay the lease, make utility payments. Pretty easy. These costs, they show up with pretty good regularity. So that's not going to be a problem. How much can I borrow? Essentially, it's 10 weeks, right? 2.5 months of average payroll costs, up to 10 million bucks per business. So take your basically weekly payroll costs, times 10 or monthly times 2.5, and that's about what you're looking at. Now they've got this formula for what is, how much can I borrow? And they've got certain things that are included and excluded. I'll just break it out for you. Back of the napkin says, most of the things that you're paying for your employee, your group health, your benefits, your salaries, etc., that's going to be included in payroll costs. What's not included are payroll taxes, comp over 100,000 per those employees who earn over 100, and then comp for anyone who's not USA, not based in the US. What has to happen for me to forgive this loan, get this loan forgiven? It will be forgiven by 8 weeks after the loan is issued. I just have to track where I'm spending it. And as long as I'm spending it on payroll costs, interest on business, the business mortgage, or my rent, or my utilities, or salary increases for tipped employees. So if I'm a restaurant and typically I have a pretty low salary for them because they rely on tips, if I boost their salary to keep them employed here, I'm going to get that. That's going to come back to me. Okay, so bottom line, this is a great program. This is something that if you have a business, if you're in commerce as a sole proprietor, partnership, small business, S Corp, LLC, even if you're a nonprofit and you've got some kind of payroll cost, you're paying people to do something, you should get in line for this program. You can get the next step here is you should get a sample application. You get it from your Chamber of Commerce. Email me at mfogarty at Heartland Law Firm, or contact us through our Contact Us page at heartlandlawfirm.com, and we'll be able to take care of you and connect you to the lenders so that you can get moving on this thing. This program starts on April 3rd, Friday, April 3rd. So you want to get out in front of this and be at the front end of this line because that means the money will arrive in your bank account that much sooner. Any questions at all, please let me know. Don't hesitate. 847-729-3300 is our number. And thanks a lot for being a part of our Business Wellbeing Clarity series. Take care.